والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين آمنت بالله صدق الله العظيم صدق رسول النبي الكريم اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. As Brother Shabrez mentioned, tomorrow or even tonight, depending on some, in the 21st night that we are coming to, was the night, the blessed night where Sayyidina Ali, Karamallahu Wajhul Kareem, one of the great companions, was martyred. He passed away. And he was a very special companion. He was unique in the sense that many companions had different qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had bestowed upon, like, as you know, Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid was a great warrior. Sayyidina Abu Huraira was a great narrator of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas, Sayyidina Muad ibn Jabal, and a few other companions had the tafsir knowledge of the Quran that they're given. Some had even deeper knowledge, some were very close to the Prophet ﷺ, so they knew about the Prophet ﷺ's lifestyle. So many people would take advice from them as such. But Sayyidina Ali was such a companion that he actually possessed nearly all of the qualities. He was a great warrior, and he had a deep understanding of the Prophet ﷺ, that many even companions had to learn from him. And he had such a deep connection with the Prophet ﷺ. As you know, he's married. The Prophet selected him to be married to his blessed daughter, Sayyidah Fatima Zahra. And he had deep knowledge and understanding of the Quran as such, as well as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the Prophet referred to him as the Babul Ilm, that he was the gate of knowledge. The gate of knowledge, meaning that if someone wants to understand me and understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they have to come through Sayyidina Ali. That's not a small thing. That's what the Prophet said. I am the center of knowledge. Meaning, what knowledge? What's the Prophet talking about when they say, I am Madinatul Ilm? The Prophet is talking about the thing that is important to you, Allah and everything about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and your connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because all the other knowledge and everything, even every other thing we can seek and run after, etc. Here, and then the Prophet mentions that the Sayyidina Ali is the gate to that, to enter that, and these things. And it's true, even Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu and Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq and others had such a reverence, just like Sayyidina Ali did of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, just like they did of Sayyidina Ali. But as we were talking about this blessed companion, even Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, once he was gazing upon Sayyidina Ali, in mentioned Sahih Hadith, gazing upon Sayyidina Ali for a long time. And his blessed daughter, the wife of the Prophet, Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha, she goes, "Oh father, I notice you keep on gazing at Sayyidina Ali. Your eyes are fixed on him. Is there something that you..." Then she goes, "Do you not hear from our beloved Prophet ﷺ? The one who gazes upon Ali is as if he's worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Meaning he's the friend of Allah. They remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who is saying this? Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, who is after the Prophets, he is the greatest rank, and these things. So without, because of time, alhamdulillah, blessing on his worth, as mentioning is some golden words we can mention of Sayyidina Ali, he mentioned. And he says some of these words that I can share with, for myself and yourself today. Look, he was such a person that he was born in the house of Allah. He was born in the Kaaba and he died in the house of Allah on his way to Fajr. He was stabbed, martyred by these Khawarij type people who were against. Imagine this, that's the level of Jahiliyyah people had. That they wanted to follow Quran, we don't want to follow Ali. And the Prophet mentioned, he is the access to all of this. In Kufa, in Iraq area, he was martyred and as such. And he even at his death time, he forbade Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain to take vengeance as such from these people, like do not in these things. And he gave such profound advice to these people that just look at his progeny from these things. Anyway, alhamdulillah, a person can go through all day and night talking about such a personality. He is so. Some of his words that he mentioned, that there is no goodness in prayer without the awe and the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sayyidina Ali mentioned. Give some advice for you and me. He's mentioning to some of his companions that there's no goodness in prayer if you don't have the awe and the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no goodness in the recitation of the Quran without contemplation and reflection. There is no goodness in learning without acting upon it accordingly. For many of us, we want to learn everything. Even now we're listening, but there's no benefit in it if you don't want to act accordingly. We do it for the dunya, driving lessons so you can drive. Learn business so you can grow your business. Do your degree so you can act upon your degree. We even stress upon it every day and night. But hearing about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it goes into one ear and then literally out as you leave the masjid or leave the. So Sayyidina Ali said there's no goodness in learning without acting upon it accordingly. There's no goodness in wealth without giving it in the charity for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So even the wealth, the barakat comes when you are the one that gives. That's where the blessings come. You're earning, and you want to build up your bank balance. There are many people that have maybe millions of pounds in their account, hundreds and thousands of pounds, but they can't sleep. They still can't even pay a friend for a meal, etc. They don't even allow that notion to take place. This is the. Whereas the Prophet saying that Ali was such a person that he himself, he's talking about him, he acts upon this as well. This is the difference between people like worldly scholars and the true men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They act upon it. Saying that Ali didn't even have much. Even when he was Amirul Mu'mineen, he would give. There's no goodness in friendship without helping the friend in need. So what kind of friend is that? When you are a true friend is when you're in need. Like they say, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Many of us have difficulty answering the phone nowadays. And looking at our Facebook profile, etc. How many of them will come to you in need, etc. And these things. So a friend, there's no goodness in friendship without helping the friend in need. There's no goodness in blessings if one does not show gratitude for it. And finally he said, there is no goodness in zikr and remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you're not sincere. That if you want to be in the presence and do zikr of Allah, then come with sincerity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah, these. Otherwise, if you're doing it for worldly things, fame, name, you're going to fall in shaitan's trap. He did the most zikr. He did the most worship. His zikr was great in such that he was with angels and it all went to zero. Whereas just you saying one zikr, one of it, and it's sincere, Allah Ta'ala can gift you. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give myself guidance and all of us to bless from these blessings and really act upon some of the guidance I was given. So inshallah, subhanaka wa bihamdik, nashhadu wa la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. We'll inshallah prepare for the durood and zikr gathering inshallah. So.